Today we have multiple violators, all from the same property. They email in at different times. In this case, we actually have two vehicles that were booted on the same night in the same parking location. Okay, so we have two sets of eyes that could not read the clearly posted signs. Let's see how far down the rabbit hole they're willing to go to get out of their booth. First, we'll start with Violator O.
Parking boot. My car was booted and I have a visitor pass. Thank you for your time, Miss O.
And as usual, the violator is impatient, and so she emails in again. No subject this time.
My car was booted when I have a clear visitor pass on my vehicle and I am parked in visitor parking. I need somebody to call me immediately. Thank you for your time, Miss O.
Hello, Miss O. Please provide your vehicle license plate number and a clear picture of where your permit is located so that we may better assist you.
It is right on the dash.
Miss O, during a random patrol on 2/4 of 23, your Toyota 4Runner was observed and documented parked in violation of expired license plates, resident permit required, or a visitor registration/visitor permit, and was subsequently immobilized per the property rules, which we are required to enforce on their private property. It is the responsibility of the owner, resident, or guest to know and comply with all of the pre-established parking rules of that property. It is the responsibility of the vehicle operator to observe the clearly posted sign that informs everyone that it is permit parking only. All visiting vehicles are required to display a visitor permit, which is provided by the resident, or the vehicle must be registered for a virtual permit. Vehicles that are displaying expired license plates are not authorized to park on that property per their parking rules. As you can see from the pictures taken at the time the vehicle was immobilized, that permit was not clearly displayed as required. Attempting to place or provide a permit after the vehicle was immobilized will not remove the violation. The vehicle was immobilized correctly and in accordance with the parking rules of that property. In true violator fashion, Violator O emails back.
I had just went inside my friend's house to get the parking permit from her, and when I came back out, as you could clearly see, I have a valid and current parking permit to park on the property. I can give you all of her information. You can verify yourself.
Miss O, the vehicle was booted at 9:49 p.m. You did not contact the parking enforcement company for release until 12:15 a.m. Attempting to place a permit in the vehicle after it was booted will not remove the violation. The vehicle is not allowed to park on the property while displaying expired license plates. The vehicle was not displaying a permit as required. The vehicle is displaying expired license plates. Everyone is required to follow the same parking rules. The vehicle was booted correctly, and the violation fine is non-negotiable and will not be refunded. This is our final correspondence on this matter. On the same night that Violator O was booted, somebody else was booted in the spot right next to her, Violator S. In this case, the signs that were clearly posted just wasn't enough. Neither were the instructions on the release invoice for this violator. Violator S emails in with no subject, and she says,
Please release my deposit of $175. I've already took the boot off the car. I put it on the pole like y'all said. Now where's my money? You didn't have a problem taking it when you wanted it. Now I want it back.
The parking enforcement manager emails Violator S back. Allow 7 of 14 business days, excluding weekends and bank holidays, for the refund to be fully processed per the terms and conditions. Allow the time to lapse in its entirety. Thank you for your submission. And as all violators do, she emails back and she says,
I've been discussing this with my attorney, and there's no way that this is legit. You owe me all my money back. I had a parking pass in there.
Violator S provides in 7 pictures showing where she was parked, the boot on her car, and where she says that this permit was located. Permit 276. Ironically, permit 276 is the same permit that Violator O provided on her pictures. Hello, Miss S. Please feel free to forward the enforcement pictures to your attorney so that they can have the true story. During a random patrol on 2/4 of 23, your Ford Explorer was observed and documented parked in violation of resident permit and visitor registration/permit, and was subsequently immobilized per the pre-established parking rules of that property, which we are required to enforce on their private property. It is the responsibility of the owner, resident, or guest to know and comply with the pre-established parking rules of that property. It is the responsibility of the vehicle operator to observe the clearly posted signs that informs everyone that it is permit parking only. All visiting vehicles are required to display a visitor permit, which is provided by the resident, or the vehicle must be registered for a free 24-hour virtual permit. We are a professional parking enforcement company that observes the violation without bias. We take date, time, GPS stamped pictures at the time of the observed violation. As you can see from our pictures taken at the time the vehicle was immobilized, that the permit was not clearly displayed as required. Attempting to place or provide a permit after the vehicle was immobilized will not remove the violation. The vehicle was immobilized correctly and in accordance with the parking rules of that property. The violation fine is non-negotiable and will not be refunded. Once we have retrieved the boot and lock and assessed it for any sticker vandalism or damage, the deposit refund will be processed within 7 to 14 business days, excluding weekends or holidays. Thank you for your submission. Miss S has to email back in.
What is the red thing hanging from my mirror? What number is on it? That is the visitor pass she gave to me. Put it there. What are you talking about? Zoom in on the picture and see it's hanging on the mirror.
Miss S, you were provided with collages of your pictures and the enforcement pictures. To help you with any confusion, here are the clear enforcement pictures showing you did not have a permit in your vehicle as you have claimed. Please feel free to send them all to your attorney as well. Thank you for your submission. Remember, I said that this violator doesn't seem to be able to read. And she emails back in at 7:22 p.m. in the same email chain, and she says,
The deposit, I put the boot where it said 1 minute after taking it off.
And the property enforcement manager has to reiterate to her again to allow 7 to 14 business days, excluding weekends and bank holidays, for the refund to be fully processed, as per the terms and conditions. Allow the time to lapse in its entirety. Thank you for your submission. Violator S just hasn't gotten enough, and she emails in on February 9th.
First and foremost, your direction said to put it on a pole that is over by the mailboxes at the entrance. I drove around the whole entire complex looking for this pole. I seen one on a pole by the mailboxes. I figured that's where it goes, just like the other two that were there, connected to the pole. I did put it on there, locked it back around the pole, like it said to do the next day at 5 a.m. in the morning. I drove over there to see if the box in the boot were still on the pole, and they were gone, along with the others. You picked them up. You got them. They weren't damaged. Now come on already. You got a lot of money out of us. At least let me have my deposit back. I put it on the pole just like the other ones that I saw on that pole. Can you kindly please give me my deposit back? I know you have the boot. It wasn't destroyed. You picked them up like you picked up the other ones. Pretty, please give me my deposit back, and I would like somebody to call me ASAP.
She emails in again.
Can I please kindly have my deposit back? I know you got the boot. The directions said the stop sign on the mailboxes. I'm asking you kindly. I don't have no more money. I put all my money into that. I'm just asking for the $175 back so that I can feed my children. Come on, please. I didn't destroy the boot. I put it in how the directions said. My first time over there, the resident played so many games, and I'm honestly just asking for my deposit back. Sincerely, please.
The parking enforcement manager has to reiterate to Violator S again to allow the time to lapse in its entirety to get the deposit back, as that's per the terms and conditions. Violator O and Violator S definitely showed us how far down that rabbit hole they were willing to go. They parked on the property, did not read the signs, and after they were booted, they thought that they could provide pictures of a permit in their car, and that the parking enforcement company would never know that they were using that same permit. Remember, all private properties have parking rules, so always park it right.